welcome back to another action-packed.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Be quiet, Tony.
What in the world is this?
Crowbar has something to say.
What in the world
Everybody
is this?
was out there today in the parks, on the street, on the sidewalk. It's such a beautiful day. Spring is coming, and it's a season of rebirth. And tonight, everybody's gonna see the first match of the official rebirth of Timothy. I am so proud of you, and these people are gonna be so proud of you too.
What in the
Not
world?
only has Timothy come home, Legion has as well. You may know Legion. We are all brothers, sisters, and friends. And we will all love each other equally. Tonight, I would like you all to help me welcome Legion. And let's all embrace the rebirth of Timothy. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
I was just about to ask, for the record, Tony Martin here at ringside, alongside of me is
Nick Talent.
What a way to kick off this week of ECPW TV. Crowbar has come out here, and Legion is now a part of
Some sort of
more and more bizarre.
some sort of bizarre cult.
Tristen Law!
And you want to talk about a young man. He wrestled Crowbar a month ago. We saw on our own TV here. I'll tell you something, Crowbar, I just got to go on record and say, Nick Talent, Crowbar, Tim Plazma, and his Legion, they just give me the creeps.
Well,
I'm sorry.
they could be a force to reckon with. Crowbar with his cult-like leading, forming what seems to be a new army of darkness.
Crowbar is a homegrown talent from right here in ECPW, and he has been all over the entire world for the last 20 years wrestling.
Phenomenal athlete, phenomenal talent.
And for him to endorse a guy like Tim Plazma is a former light heavyweight champion to begin with, but now he is under the tutelage of one Crowbar. How is this all going to work into the favor of... Well, I'll tell you something right now.
Well, it's not going to work in the favor of Tristen Law, that's for sure.
This guy just gives me the creeps here at ringside. I'm sorry. This strange family, and he says the rebirth of... He doesn't even refer to him as Timothy Plazma. He refers to him as Timothy. Strange.
We saw him kiss his forehead. We saw him embrace him as his brother, as well as Legion. It seems to be giving Tim Plazma a bit of a new attitude, coming in a little more aggressive.
We're watching some classic wrestling here, from the collar and elbow tie-up into a bunch of turnouts and switch-ins and reversals, and right into an armbar. Right into a hammerlock and reversed by Tim
Get
Plazma.
your moves right, Tony.
Well, come on, man. There's so much action going on in here. Another reversal off the hammerlock. Look at Law. He's got this thing locked in.
He's got the armbar.
He's got the armbar locked in here.
Tristan's a big, strong man. He can make Tim.
The man formerly known as Tim Plazma backs him up in, and I'll tell you, that's what leverage will do for you. As he backs up, look at Crowbar here watching ringside, as is intently. Listen to him laying those forearms. Timothy now goes to fire him up. Nice block.
Tristan doesn't let him. Once again.
Look at that, held on to the ropes. Held on tightly. He said he wasn't going anywhere. Off the reversal now by Law, who firmly plants himself. Nice looking hip toss here. Timothy goes down. Huge arm drag. And there's another arm drag. And for the sake of commentary, we're going to call him Tim Plazma, because he's always been Timothy Plazma to us. Oh no.
Tim's
Look
gonna
out.
take a breather and
coming up around the bend. This is the part that I don't like. Watch this. Crowbar is just mean to him, is what it is, I think. He has really given him, the communication between the two of these guys is awfully strange.
Well,
they
he
seldom
clearly
speak
does.
to one another, but they know what each other's thinking at all times.
He went to seemingly his leader, to get a little advice, but it doesn't seem to be working right now.
I like this Tristen Law with
headlock
some classic
takeover.
wrestling here. He went from the tight waist lock into the side headlock, and he's got him down now on the mat. Referee out quick on Soprano with a good eye there. Did you hear that? You hear him from ringside?
Yeah, he's so creepy.
Fires him off. And look at Plazma. Plasma down after a shoulder tackle from the side headlock as he fired him off.
Oh,
Reverses the hip toss here.
Tristen refuses the hip toss and gives Timothy Plazma one of his own, whips him off here.
Plasma is getting mauled here in this match. Let's just be honest here. He bails out of the ring now.
Another bailout by Tim Plazma.
Look at Legion. Legion looks upset at Plasma. Crowbar is just rolling his eyes and shaking his head out here. Jaw-jacking him. Excellent shot picked up there by our number 5 camera.
Crowbar trying to give him more advice.
Tells him to get back in there, and he's like fussing at him is what he's... Oh, look at that. There's pretty much a mean streak of Tim Plazma that's coming out here. He didn't have this before, not even when he was a light heavyweight champion.
Absolutely not. You see what happened there? Things weren't working out for Timothy Plasma. He goes,
Hey,
gets a
look
little
at that.
guidance, and now
Nice
he comes
looking
back.
neck breaker.
He comes back into the ring more aggressive and hits him with a neck breaker.
And he got the lateral press, but I'm surprised Crowbar, a veteran that he is, hasn't taught him to grapevine the leg, as now Plasma's just choking away here on Tristen Law. Wow, Legion, all 600 pounds of Legion, has joined these guys.
You do not want to mess with Legion. He is a mountain of a man.
He's a scary guy. Look at that, listen to that forearm. Boy, you heard that one laid into Tristen Law. Fans, go to ECPW1.com. For all the roster updates, you'll find out all the latest goings on. And this is on
Nothing
the website
there.
right now. Look at that Bulldog. Wow.
Smart ring presence by Tim
Yeah,
Plasma.
unfortunately, talking about talent, and talent here in ECPW.
Well, I know plenty about talent. It's
Yeah,
my
you
God-given
do.
name.
And I was getting to you.
Yeah.
You're on the shelf now with an injury, and I'm sorry that really happened to you. I mean, I know what talent you bring, and I know what you bring to the dance, and I've never denied your talent. It's your attitude toward the fans that I'm not really crazy about. And speaking of the fans, and speaking of ringside, Tristen Law has been dumped out here ringside. Al, don't turn your back for a split second. Legion has just picked him up. Do you see how he picked him up?
Well, he's clearly just trying to help him out, Tony.
Hey, wait a minute. Crowbar has stopped him. Hey! This is what I'm talking about. Crowbar says let him go. Look at this.
Crowbar did you hear what he just said? Crowbar wants Timothy Plasma to accomplish this win on his own merit.
This is ultra
cleanly.
strange now. Crowbar is telling Tristen Law to just climb back into the ring. He hasn't given him a sucker punch or anything.
You got to respect that.
This is bizarre. I'm telling you. These three right here, they give me the the creeps.
Just watch Crowbar. Just staring. Just
Plasma now with a side headlock, and Law,
Gazing.
Tristen Law is looking for a way out of it. Plasma with the switch out, turn in, and winds up going back to that hammerlock, but gets a back elbow for a good measure. Goes to fire off Tim Plazma now. Big clothesline by Tristen Law.
Very big
Takes him
clothesline.
down.
hits him
Look
with
at that
another one
clothesline.
right in the throat.
2.
That could have done it. That was a close one.
Legion with his eyes locked on this thing.
Tristan's going up to the top. He's a big man to be going up.
Whoa!
Once again, see what I said? He was a big
Might
man.
have-
It seems like he tweaked
Might
his
have
ankle.
blown
a
out
little
his
there.
ankle on that one. Did you see that? He came off very awkward.
Well, that's why it's called high risk, Tony.
Plazma better take advantage of this. His mentor, Crowbar, slapped him right in the face. You saw that before when he went to attempt to cheat, but now he's just biting away with those fangs that he brings into the ring with him.
Brings in the ring. There's
Yeah,
teeth.
this
He's a
guy.
vampire.
And look at that cravat that he's got on him. Spins with it.
Oh,
Holy
float over
mackerel.
neck
He just
breaker.
drove him
This could be
head first
done.
down into the mat. This thing could be over.
What is Crowbar doing?
He almost had the match well in hand. What's he doing? What is he doing out here? He's upset. I guess that he didn't get the win.
Crowbar is
Look at
attacking,
this.
but Crowbar broke
Crowbar
up
throws
the
him
count
back into the
himself.
ring. What in the world? This has to be the most bizarre father-son, teacher,
Timothy
student
Plazma,
relationship.
Tony seemed to have the win there, but I think Crowbar just wants
Crowbar
Timothy
told him to be
Plazma-
more aggressive,
I
and
think he
Plazma
wants to go
now-
there and just dish out more punishment.
Look, it just throws him off. I'm telling you. Whoa, look at that clothesline. Knocked Plazma
fired up.
senseless. And another one. Law now fires in a big right hand. Tristen Law with a second one. Has Timothy Plazma backed up the ropes. Off the Irish whip now. Huge clothesline. Knocks him down. Lateral press. 2. And Timothy Plazma just barely out the back door. Scoop. And looks like he's going for the huge slam here. He's right on the side of the neck. This used to be a finisher of Tim Plazma. Hey, Al Soprano has rang the bell. He's about had enough of this one. Plazma, he rang the bell almost immediately.
This is presumably a disqualification
Can
here.
we get a shot of the face of Crowbar on the outside of the ring? You can almost see steam coming out of his ears. Look at this now.
Crowbar is just in another world. He's just on another
He
plane.
has demanded that Legion get up into the ring.
No.
As we're awaiting the official.
But you have to wonder who's going to get punished here, Law or Plazma?
Tristen Law has won the match.
On the result of disqualification.
Disqualified due to fighting.
I can't agree with that decision at all.
Well,
It's
look
in
at
his
this.
nature. He's a vampire.
From the land of Egypt, Prince Akkanatan.
What I hate about Brian Howard, he just blurts out shit. You want one? One of them bars, you want one now?
Oh no. Nick Talent, we see what's out here now. It's Prince Akkanatan. Kind of sort of one of your buddies around here, isn't it?
Well,
Hey, Dan the Man against the returning Prince Akkanatan after several months. Look at, he's kind of trimmed up. He's taking his hair all the way off.
Prince is looking better than ever.
He's looking like a powerhouse, a guy that has been in the ring with everybody from Sergeant Slaughter to Greg Valentine to Tito Santana. And here he is, folks, Dan the Man.
Dan the Man,
Former ECPW World Heavyweight Champion.
as well as a former light heavyweight champion as well.
Absolutely. Dan the Man has tasted gold so many times here before in ECPW. You can never underestimate the heart of this young man as he comes back here to an enormous reaction from all these good fans here in ECPW.
Dan is just full of charisma, full of energy. But look at Prince. Prince is ready for him. Prince seems to be, he's been out on the shelf for a little while, and he's hungry.
He's
And
ready
he's
for
waiting for
action
him to
here.
get back in the ring here.
Hey, from behind, are you kidding me?
See, like I said, Tony,
Pearl
Prince is
Harbor
hungry.
Gets this thing jump-started here. As now Prince is just firing off, and I'll tell you, Prince had his hand clinched as he was just waiting to pound away on Dan the Man before Dan the Man even got in the ring. Knife-edge chop right into the chest. Didn't even let him get his shirt off, and look at that boot that he just laid into his back. Oh, come on. You hear these fans here. Hey! Dan the Man grabs him in face
Nice
first.
face buster by Dan the Man.
Right into the mat.
It
Drills him head first.
seems like Prince's attack was for nothing.
Hey,
Double
look at
knees
that.
in the corner.
Dan the Man is dancing. This man
Prince is reeling here.
action-packed charisma.
Spinning.
Hey, he's
Big
full of
spinning
so
neck
much
breaker.
energy and enthusiasm. Look at the shape Dan the Man is in.
Dan's waiting for him. He's stalking him.
Oh, missed Prince out of the corner.
And he just throws Dan's shoulders right into the corner
Boy, he was
ring
coming in
post.
with the shoulder block.
Oh, no.
Prince now drills down with a double sledge right into the back of Dan the Man. Look at that elbow drop right across the chest. Might have knocked wind at him, too. Oh, I thought the match was over right there, right away, Nick Talent. What action we are witnessing here in this match. Big
Princess
body slam.
Kamblamo drops him with the slam.
And a
the
big
press.
splash right into the center of the ring, too. Wow. Hey, look at this now, just choking away here at Dan the Man. Dan the Man looking to fire up here, looking for the fans of ECPW to get behind him.
And
Man,
Prince
what
cuts him
action.
off. He doesn't let him build that momentum up.
Fans, we can't say it enough. Check out ECPW1.com as the chant now goes out. USA, USA.
Clubs to the back of Dan the Man. Tony, have you ever seen Prince this aggressive in the ring?
I have never seen him this vicious in my entire life. He's breaking every rule known to man. So look at this now, choking away with the boot.
Prince is
corner.
Prince is even more flexible than I known him to be.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Wow.
He is focused, and he is putting a beating on Dan the Man here this week on TV.
Now, why did Al continue to count there?
Because he's choking away at him on the corner.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know that you don't adhere to the rules.
He was showing Dan his wonderful curly boots.
Man, tell you, he managed. Oh!
Side slam down to the mat.
Right into it. You're not going to beat a former light heavyweight, much less a former ECPW world champion. What was he, laying on the beach or something?
Well,
Fires a kick with those pointed boots.
Prince should have hooked the legs there, but he's having a little fun. First time back in the ring in a little while. He's having a field day, tearing apart Dan the Man.
One of the very fundamentals here that you are taught at the ECPW Wrestling School, located in Lake Hiawatha at 87 North Beverwick Road. As Dan the Man now mounts an offense, one of those things that you are taught from day one in wrestling, grapevine that leg, pin your opponent while shoulders are down. Look at this, ducks underneath. Prince now grabs him and throws him head first right into the mat. Boy, Prince is vicious.
What about that? I think it was wonderful, Prince. He's more aggressive than ever.
Right over to you, right over to our broadcast. Right to you, Nick Talent.
Prince knows that I'm a big fan of his. I appreciate his aggressive style. You gotta admit, Tony, he gets in there and he gets the job done.
Absolutely, he's been a house of fire ever since he's been out here. Prince is mounting one heck of an offense here on Dan the Man. And fans, if you want to see it live and in action, you don't just have to join us down here at the Paramus Elks Lodge. Join ECPW1.com for all the details. There are shows in every single town all throughout the entire month of April and into May. So look at this now. Right into the back of Dan the Man.
If you come to any of our wonderful ECPW shows, you can see a lot of our stars, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see Dan the Man. He's getting hurt.
Well, Dan the Man's firing in. There's a trifecta of knees right into the side of the face of Prince Akkanatan. And Prince, a little worse for the wear. Look at him. He might have caught him in the eyes here, Nick Talent.
Prince is a little dazed. I'm worried about his health.
Hey, look at this. Going for a backslide now.
Big backslide.
Hey, Prince falls through, though. Watch him. Hey, look at that. He went for a spinning
Prince had
elbow.
so much momentum there.
Went for a spinning elbow drop. A little something new out of Prince. Leg drop. Oh, I love this part. Watch this. For me, I love this guy right here. Watch this. A little razzle-dazzle here. Big leg drop by Dan the Man.
He needs to stop showboating.
What do you mean he needs to stop showboating?
Look,
That's what these fans
you
out here
ridicule
love.
Prince for not hooking a leg, and Dan the Man has another nonchalant cover there.
All right.
He's full of himself.
Sit down, Nick Talent. They got a seat for you over here.
Don't tell me what to do.
In the meantime, there's a match going on here. Quit getting so excited. I know it's exciting, but this might be you in a few months. Oh, look at that. Just cuts him off. Prince suffered a severe injury to his shoulder, and I'll tell you, he has come back here with some kind of vengeance. Look at him. Oh! Caught him low.
Well,
referee Al Quick out Soprano. He let that go to the best of his discretion. Dan the Man didn't know exactly what Prince was going for there. He just knew to mount it. Oh, hey, look at that. Hey, there's Shazam right there. This thing could be over.
What a unique hold by
Prince is
Dan.
fading fast. Good night. This one's over.
Prince was not tapping. Prince didn't tap. He was just clearly waving to the audience.
You can say whatever you want to, but that was one heck of a decisive victory here for Dan the Man. Oh, no. Fans, Tony Martin at ringside alongside of me,
Nick Talent, for your listening pleasure, watching William Alexander Samuel Palmer enter the ring with, what do you call him there, Tony?
Well, it sounded like our ring announcer Brian Howard here was trying to cut you off, which, you know what? It's actually been pretty enjoyable out here with you at ringside, but hey, this guy is with W.A.S.P, he is Reginald Roxbury. And he
Making his way to the ring from the Bronx, New York, Ghetto Brown!
This man, Ghetto Brown. Listen to the ovation that we got here. Ghetto Brown, I'll tell you, here's a guy who represents. Here's a guy that, just as you see him, he is in any form of his life. A man straight out the streets of New York.
This is
And
ridiculous,
this is
Tony.
ghetto as you can believe. Ghetto Brown.
He obviously, he's a street thug. He looks like he just walked off the street, entered the ring. He doesn't even have wrestling boots. He's wearing Jordans.
This guy here, any of our fans that were in Wallington saw him in a blisteringly nasty match in a street fight with that goofy Tony Myers. He cleaned his clock. But hey, this week, to close out our TV, he's got William Alexander Samuel Palmer. Easy for me to say, huh? You want to talk about a contrast and a contradiction in styles. This is going to be about as ugly as a bowling shoe. But I'll tell you this, if he wants to mess around, there's one man you don't want to mess around with, and that man's Ghetto Brown.
Well, Ghetto
Collar
Brown,
and elbow tie-up, though.
Ghetto Brown is a tough man. Obviously, lived his life on the streets, got into plenty of fights, and he knows his way around the ring. But W.A.S.P is no pushover. He's got the size on Ghetto Brown.
Oh, absolutely not.
He's got the mean streak, and let's not forget about Reginald Roxbury. You never know what Roxbury is capable of doing on the outside of the ring there.
In the hole. And look at this. Here's our second collar and elbow type right in the center of the ring. It's W.A.S.P is using his bulk to force Ghetto Brown back into the corner here. As Al Quick Count Soprano is up to a 3K. Hey, you don't want to get under the ire of this guy. Hey,
Palmer wasn't intimidated, but he should have been.
Mama said knock you out. Look at Ghetto Brown go to town. Firing away at the midsection of
Ghetto's
W.A.S.P.
coming out very aggressive.
I told you, here's a guy, you don't want to screw around with this guy. I'm just going to come out and say it. Ghetto Brown's a barroom brawler. He's a scrapper. He's a fighter. And no matter the finesse of W.A.S.P. Hey, look at that. There's a wrestling move.
Huge hip toss.
That's right. He knows how to wrestle. As does anybody that comes from
Brown
the
pulling
ECPW Wrestling School. There's another wrestling move. There's a nice looking leg drop.
Pulling out
He
the
got
leg
all
drop.
that. And even grapevine the leg. So how do you like that? But W.A.S.P. out the back door just in the nick of time.
Tony, you are so obsessed with grapevine your legs.
Oh, you almost have to be. Especially
Huge
this level
slam.
of the game. It's the only way to really beat somebody.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Come on.
Roxbury is
Better get off
clearly
that.
is a
Ooh!
big boot.
Kicked him right
by
in the
W.A.S.P.
stomach. My Lord. And W.A.S.P. is definitely making himself a huge name all over the tri-state area, as we all well know here. Look at it, just rakes the eyes. Nothing at all scientific about that. I'm telling you, Nick Talent, to be in it to win it, you got a grapevine a leg around here. You're not going to beat a guy like Ghetto Brown just trying to lay on top of him.
I don't know. I think W.A.S.P. has a good idea. He was just clubbing Ghetto Brown in the back of the head.
These fans are all over the ire of W.A.S.P. as here comes his male servant. Now that's just a bit little funny to me out here to have a male servant.
Well, when you have as much money as William Alexander Samuel Palmer,
Never mind money.
A butler
I just saw
is nothing
Reginald
that
Roxbury
rare.
over here. Did you just not see that?
I saw nothing.
What do you mean you saw nothing? You're
I'm watching the
same
action in the
monitor.
ring.
You're watching the same monitor that I am. Hooks the leg and only winds up with a long 2 count from Al Quick Count Soprano. Listen to these fans get behind Ghetto Brown.
Ghetto firing up with some punches to the midsection.
Ghetto's
Gonna whip
fighting
him
back.
off
He's
here.
a long way from through in this one. Irish whips him in. Ducks under a clothesline. Oh! There's where the bulk of William Alexander Samuel Palmer. Don't let.
Well, Ghetto should have fired out sooner with something as Palmer came off the ropes. You sleep on Palmer, he's going to take advantage of it.
He mowed him over. Nick Talon, not to cut you off, but man, he mowed him down.
Not to cut me off. It's about the 100th time you've done it this week alone.
Man, look at this.
Working the
What
leg.
wrestling finesse. Look at this spinning toe hold. Is he going to lock it in? Back in the day, this was known as the Las Vegas lock. Look at W.A.S.P.
Palmer's got it locked
Lay this
in.
thing in. Oh
Very
my gosh. He is right in the center of the ring. Ghetto Brown could give this thing up right now.
Ghetto's
Nobody would think anything less of him.
Trying to work to the ropes, but that's an incredibly
Is he going to reach
painful
the? He
hold.
reached the ropes. He reached the ropes. Out quick El Soprano in to break this thing up. Fans, what tremendous action you're seeing here live on ECPW TV. We remind you, go to ECPW1.com. There you see it on our ringside apron there. For all the latest updates, find out when ECPW is coming to a town near you.
You definitely don't want to miss it.
The entire area, from New Jersey to Delaware, all the way up through Maryland to New York, Connecticut. We are all look at that. More insult than injury of anything. As Reginald Roxbury.
You call it insult, I call it smarts. That's what I call it.
Let's grab a seat.
Look at down, just choking away. He's just wringing the neck here of Ghetto Brown. You gotta be kidding me. That was in blind view of the referee.
You got to do what you got to do to win, Tony.
Oh, now you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to do what you got to do to win.
Hey, the ringside fans. Oh, look at that uppercut.
The ringside
right
fans are trying to get in the head of W.A.S.P here, but it's not working.
What action we are seeing here. And say something about the deceptive size of W.A.S.P. This guy hasn't even broken a sweat out here yet. Unbelievable. Ghetto Brown now.
Ghetto Brown
Look at that. This
sweeps
thing
him
is
down.
over. If he could cover him, this thing is over. 2. Oh! How in the world did he get out of that? He likes to call that his ghetto bookend. Picks him up now.
I don't know.
This could be his finisher right here.
I don't know if he's capable of lifting him up like that. W.A.S.P is quite a
I'm gonna say
large
this.
amount of
If he
man.
does, look out! Hey!
Oh, no.
W.A.S.P. into Reginald Roxbury.
Oh no, that's a
This
that's
is
a
it right
travesty.
here. Bam!
Oh.
Face first. This thing's over. Cover that man. 1, 2, and that's it.
Ghetto Brown somehow manages to steal a victory.
You know, Nick Talent, you're an absolute pleasure out here.
I know.
You got your
I
moments.
know.
I'm not going to agree with you hating on the fans the way you do, but fans. Couldn't have said it better myself. Hey! Hey! He even broke the mallet here over the neck of Ghetto Brown. You're going to be kidding me. Ring the bell and get this thing stopped. Come on now. This is no way to lead us off the air. Nick Town, we got about a minute left. What the heck is going on
W.A.S.P
here?
is making Ghetto Brown pay. He is making him pay for the victory that he clearly stole. Oh!
Making him pay victory. Stole. He won it clean.
You say
Oh.
tomato. I say he stole the victory.
I say it was a clean and decisive victory, and there's going to be another day for Ghetto Brown. Look at that. He broke his own mallet over this guy. Fans,
ECPW1.com. Don't forget to go to the website.